you guys hear me in the back, first of all?
Yeah.
All right.
What?
Where's the microphone?
About 8 months ago or so, I was walking through the DCs and talking to some of the veterans, and I started asking about the new building. And what can we do to really put our mark on this new building? Talk a little bit about the heritage of LA Metro as we know it. Some of you in this room work at Hawthorne, some of you work at Southgate, right? Paramount folks here, some LA West folks have a long history here. And today what we're doing basically bringing both of these houses together under one mega building, LA Mega. So as I'm talking to guys like Dave Pierce, Tommy Filters around here somewhere, start asking questions. Some of the other folks, Lucia Johnson, where's Lucia? Lucia somewhere around here. Start asking questions, names. So by honoring these individuals today, and as you look at this, as you walk the building, you will see that we have the names of 4 individuals up on the walls. Kind of our Hall of Fame. But I think what's really indicative of the kind of commitment these people have, if you look at it, you'll find that same type of commitment is in this room. So in honoring these people today, we honor the best of what we are. We honor the best of who we can be. Now there's a gentleman who worked with you folks for a long time, and he had my job, and he's a great friend of mine. I call Kevin, talk to Kevin probably at least once or twice a month, just to kind of talk about the things, how things are going and what's going on. And since he knows a lot of these folks a lot better than I do, I thought we'd have Kevin come up and introduce the folks who are going into the Hall of Fame. So folks, you guys remember Kevin Austin?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've got sunship at any minute, you know. Anyway, I can't tell you how happy I am to come back and see you guys open up this new LA Metro building. It is, if you haven't heard, the largest of its kind in the country. More cases and more square footage than anything else. And as I look around the room and the people that I've worked with over the last 7 years that I was here, I hope you feel a sense of pride when you walk up to this building, because I felt it. I felt it, and I know that as hard as most of the people in this room have worked over the years, you are responsible for this. And you should give all of yourselves a round of applause for what you've accomplished. I think of companies that are closing their doors, letting people go, even in good economic times. And here's a company investing for the future. There's a lot more space out here than we can sell right now. So take pride in it. Take pride in it and feel proud of what you've done over the years. This Hall of Fame that Dexter talks about is something pretty special. And when we announce those names, you'll see that these people have one thing in common. They've dedicated their lives to Frito-Lay. Helped their families grow, helped us build the company. It's just a commitment that you don't see anywhere else. And before I sort of go into it, I'm just going to first tell you who these people are and tell you a little bit about them. And then we'll recognize them, and we'll let some of the families go, because we know you have been here for a long time already, and we appreciate it. The first person that we had, unfortunately, we lost this person a little while ago. But if you are on the account sales side of the business in Los Angeles, you know this individual. Matter of fact, at his funeral, this place was packed with Frito-Lay representatives. His mother is here to testify later. This individual made a commitment to Frito-Lay from till the end. And when you met this individual, you know what? He was full of warmth, full of love, and he cared about you. I don't care what you did. And we want to give a tremendous round of applause as our first introduction to the Hall of Fame Mr. Fonte Culpepper. Individual that worked closer with Fonte than anybody. He's going to talk about it. And if you don't know, Fonte's mother is here with us today, and hopefully we can get a few words out of Ms. Culpepper. I'm sure we will get a few words out of Ms. Culpepper. So Gary Glacy, tell us a little bit about Fonte.
All right, about 15 years ago, Fonte came to Frito-Lay. We started as a young people together, as Kevin alluded to earlier. This Fonte was not only a salesperson that would be able to sell, he had retailers that fell in love with Fonte from day one. At the funeral, I mean, there was as many Frito-Lay people as there were people from the Ralphs and the Albertsons coming for Fonte. And there's a couple things I want to say about Fonte. As I remember, we all can relate to our hard days at work, where some days aren't as good as others. We come back a little bummed out. Fonte Culpepper had a smile that I'll never forget. And he could lift you up on your worst day. I mean, there'd be days I'd be upset, or the Eric Binns of the world, and Gerald's and everyone. And Fonte would get off the truck sometimes and say, we gotta go talk. We gotta go talk. And by the time we ended up talking, we were now laughing. The tears were laughter. So I'm always gonna remember Fonte for things like that. When you go out in the warehouse, loading dock number 2 is gonna have Fonte Culpepper up on top of it. There's gonna be one rule in this building. Whoever loads on number 2, if you can't smile when you get off the truck that day, you do not load. Thanks.
I'm gonna say hello to everybody. I'm indeed glad to be here today. You all don't know just how much I am so glad.
Take your time. That's all right, baby. Take your time.
All right, Mama, everything's gonna be all right.
You know, asking from the body. And it is so good. You know, because without a shadow of doubt, when you leave that, you leave something that every day is not a day past that someone talked to me. That they don't say something good about my son and that. I thought just. Thank you very much.
Culpepper, I've never known you to get choked up before. Let me tell you, those last days before the funeral, I went to go see Miss Culpepper. Let me tell you, I got an earful. And you know what? She was always spreading the word. Spreading the word, because you know what? She had a good son, and her son would spread that word too. And you should be very proud. Very proud. Very proud. Okay. Our next Hall of Fame recipient is an individual that worked with many, many people over the years, including, some of you remember the name Al Carey, and all the regional managers that have been a part of the LA area for a long time. I remember when this individual worked for me. And she would enlighten me on a lot of different things. And you know what? I'll never forget a story that she told. She told the story of about when she was working in the LA plant. And she was out in the LA plant, sorting product, okay? She was a packer, packing the cases. And she says, you know what? I told myself I thought I could get one of those office jobs. She says, I wanted one of those office jobs. So she went to the head man at the office and she says, you know what? I would like to have one of these office jobs. And Dora, what was the man's name at the time?
Carlos.
Carlos. This was the head guy at the LA plant. Well, he asked Dora, he said, Dora, can you operate a 10-key calculator? And she says, no, I don't know how to mess around with no calculator. So Carlos looked back at Dora and said, Dora, if you learn how to operate this 10-key calculator, I'll see to it that you can get a job here in the office. Well, Dora, the type of person she is, went and applied herself to learning this 10-key calculator. When she learned it, she came back to the boss and said, hey, I know how to operate a 10-key calculator, and she got the job in the office, okay? And what it talks about is the type of person that Dora is. When she wants to do something, she puts her mind to it, and she does it. I think about her retirement right now. She and her husband Bob have planned this house out in the mountains for many, many years, and you know what? She has made that dream come true. This individual had spent a total of 35 years giving herself to Frito-Lay. That is a commitment like you never see anymore, right? People are here 5 years, 3 years, and they're gone. But Dora Hartman, we want to welcome you into the Hall of Fame and congratulate you on all your years of service.
Okay. Well, you told that nice little story, but you know, it was my pleasure to work for Frito-Lay. And I don't know, Frito-Lay's been so good to me throughout the years, no matter how I wanted to strive to get further and further up. If I worked hard, they were good to me. And Frito-Lay will always be good to you as long as you do your part in working up towards your goals with Frito-Lay. And I don't know what else to say, except I'm so honored that you've done this for me, and I don't know what else to say. Thank you so much.
All right.